Hi, everyone. Welcome to American Firearms Network. Great to see all of you today. We hope you have been enjoying our shows. For those of you that are subscribed and for you new viewers, we hope you like, subscribe, and share. We're going to talk about weapons lights.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been hearing a lot about it. We've given some lessons, and everyone's talking about lights. For some reason, the last 2 weeks, everyone's talking about weapons lights for some reason. I don't think you need a weapons light on your handgun. Okay, that is my opinion. I don't think you need it. Instructor Paul, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. You don't need it, but they can come in handy. Now, there's some pros and there's some cons to that. Okay. One of the biggest problems and drawbacks I have with weapons lights is trying to find a holster, Todd, that's going to fit your gun with the weapons light. And it can get kind of expensive when you start going out there trying to find holsters to fit your gun with a weapons light. So, it's not necessary. But like I said, there's some positives. Another positive is if you're in a low light area and you need to see your threat, weapons light can come in handy for that. And I know you have a little bit of a difference of opinion.
So let me ask you a question, okay? Other than being in a rural area, you live on a farm in the middle of Oklahoma, Nebraska, or wherever,
Yeah.
or maybe at nighttime, when someone's breaking into your house, even though that quick to pop the light on, there's a lot of training to do that.
Yeah.
Where can't you see? I'm being honest with you. What and viewers tell me what can't you see? You have if you go into the malls at night, or you go into a supermarket at night, Publix, wherever you guys go, it's light enough to see.
Yeah.
Why do you need a weapons light on there? Like I just don't. I rather have a handheld light, and I know all the arguments. Why you need why you shouldn't have a handheld light. You should have the weapons light over that. I think you should have the handheld light. Okay, there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're taking shots, and especially when you're practicing with the light. It's another thing you need to train on. A lot of people, you have the weight of the muzzle. It keeps the muzzle, down, whatever. On the recoil and control. Yeah, for some people it works, some people it doesn't work. Some people, they don't shoot better just because you have that extra weight on there.
Right.
So I don't think for self-defense, my opinion, I don't think you need it. I think you can see plenty at night, unless you're in a rural area, Thoughts?
I'm a stickler for making sure that I see my target and what's beyond it. And for instance, if I'm in my home and someone comes in at night in my home and it's pitch dark in there, I would want to see him or them before they see me. Now, weapons lights, maybe putting a weapons light on at that particular time can be difficult, and it can be a problem for you because if they see you,
Give up your position.
you give up your position. But at the same time, I would rather see the perpetrator and know I'm taking a shot at the right individual than to take a shot and my daughter gets hit because I can't see who's out there. So you really need to find out the pros and the cons of it. I personally don't think, like Todd says, you need one. But if you do have one, make sure that you find the right holster that fits it, and also make sure you train with a weapons light.
Of course, you have to train. It's another thing that's very bulky to conceal, right? It's definitely harder. Like Paul said, it's harder to find these holsters. To me, I don't see it. Also, again, if you have a red dot on your gun, now you got to worry about that battery. Now you got to worry about the weapons light battery. You're taking shots, you're practicing. You got to clean that lens and make sure there's no damage there. And if you buy a cheap light, what happens, that I've seen a lot of times, they'll pop off the gun. They just break after a certain amount of training.
Yeah.
So you got to get a good quality light. I don't see the reason. I think you can see plenty well at night, unless you're in some rural area. Me personally, I wouldn't use a weapons light in my house. That's just me.
Right.
And trust me, I've had many arguments with people that feel the direct opposite that I feel. I don't think you need it. Okay? So
I've got a weapons light on my Glock 19, and I hardly ever use it. But I've got it. It's, guys, you just have to find out what works for you. Okay? So this is what I want you to do. I want you guys to put some comments below and tell us, are we wrong? Am I right, or is Todd wrong? Tell us what you guys think, because we really want to know. We know that There are going to be people out there saying you've got to have a weapons light. And there are going to be people that are going to agree with Tom. You know, you don't need one. So please, please, please share and tell us and let us know whether or not we are in the wrong. Okay? Take care, be safe, but the most important thing is to train, and more training.